Welcome everyone. Welcome to the channel. My name is Brian Kay. I live with my wife and kids here in the lovely East Bay of the San Francisco area. I'm developing this channel as really a mini library of mini videos, probably very lo-fi videos, frankly, around two topic areas, theology and psychology. By theology, I'm especially focusing on what's been called practical theology, or sometimes applied theology. Theology is technically the study of God, or the study of the things of God. Maybe it's better put as the study of the things that God has revealed. And so to say, applied theology means that on this channel, we're not just hanging out too long in the abstractions, but we're assuming that what God reveals about himself, he reveals in order for us to take up and do something with. Something to apply in our relationships to him, in our relationships to other people, within our vocations, to creation itself perhaps, and even in our relationship to ourselves. Now, speaking of ourselves, we'll also have some videos on psychology on this channel. And by psychology, I mean literally the study of the psyche. Psyche is a Greek word often translated as soul. And so one way to put it is that psychology is the study of the human soul, the human mind, what makes us tick, how we learn, how we process emotions, how our motivations are structured, why we're prone to addiction, how we're affected by things like trauma and anxiety and even joy, and how our brains are not merely a cluster of neurons, but no, our brains are social organs, as has been said, that can only function well in relationships. And why talk about theology and psychology in a single channel? Well, from a Christian standpoint, these are overlapping fields. God made human beings in his image. Our psyches bear the fingerprints of his own artistry and craftsmanship. John Calvin, the famous 16th century French theologian, said, "Nearly all of the wisdom we possess, that is to say, true and sound wisdom, consists of two parts, the knowledge of God and the knowledge of ourselves." The knowledge of ourselves, he said, not only arouses us to seek God, but also leads us by the hand to find him. But it is certain that man never achieves a clear knowledge of himself unless he has first looked upon God's face, and then descends from contemplating him to knowing himself. And very lastly, the reason I myself am interested in the overlap of theology and psychology is that those are my own two vocational hats. I'm an ordained minister who has served in a number of Presbyterian churches here in California, and I've taught historical theology at the seminary level. And I'm also a licensed psychotherapist, working as a professional clinical counselor and also as a marriage and family therapist. So those are my two professional worlds. They show up on the channel, as you might expect. And sometimes, to be honest, the overlap of those worlds is a little lonely. So I will be more than glad to have you visiting here and checking things out. So welcome again. Thank you for stopping in, and please come back often.